Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Matt Jarbo here, Boulder Talk Radio. It's another day. It's a Thursday, I believe. I don't even know what the hell's happening anymore. This world is going topsy-turvy, crazy. All sorts of over-the-top nonsense happening all day, especially if you like politics, which I do like politics. It gets a little exhausting talking about them all the time, but today was a special day for that. I just want to get this off my chest first. I just want to get this out there. Well, I dropped the link for you guys to call on in. It's in the chat. All right, it's in the chat. Come on in. Let me know your thoughts. Weirder the better. To be fair, last night was fun talking about all that weird Etsy stuff that's for sale, as well as Alibaba selling crack pipes. But that is the way the world works. However, Rudy Giuliani today goes out there in Pennsylvania to hold what is known as probably the worst press conference of all time, where the man sweating like a whore in church, literally melting in front of cameras, where his hair dye drips down the side, both sides of his face, stains his shirt, and he just rambles on to the point of where he's going to be single-handedly responsible for Marissa Tomei and Joe Pesci getting royalty checks from now the new popularity found with him mentioning My Cousin Vinny and it trending on Twitter. That is the craziness of the day, and it just shows you never mind the fact that Georgia called it for Biden. Michigan, whatever's going to happen with that is going to, I think, certify tomorrow or on Monday. And then, of course, Pennsylvania's in the same boat. Regardless of what Trump is doing, it's over. You know, it's at this point now, it's a coup. Let's be fair. He's trying to fake it till he makes it. It ain't going to make it. He's falling flat. Court cases are 3 and 35 at this point. No sustainable victories, mostly just losses. And the cope is still real. The cope is still there. The cope is happening. It's always there. All right. Mike, first time listener. Thanks very much. Am I usually late and possibly gay? No, usually I'm on time, but you know what? Hey man, it's 2020. Anything's possible. No, I'm kidding. Who runs DM here says, who runs the show and isn't late? Yeah, I was pooping, to be honest with you. I was pooping. That's why I was late. I thought I could hold it. You know what? Nature called. I poop. Obviously, I'm not Catholic. Garrick here asked the question, will Trump ever admit he lost the election? No, he won't ever admit he lost. That's not something he's ever going to do. Period. Never going to admit it. Not one bit. Not at all. Just because that's not his deal, man. It's not his deal. Hondo here says, fake news. Trump won. It's all fraud. Just wait till SCOTUS gets the case. Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Garrick here says, Razorfist says the left is overusing the term cope. They're not, because it's still happening on a daily basis. Have you checked right-wing Twitter? Have you gone to Parler? My goodness, man. My goodness. If copium was an actual substance that we could manufacture that would get people on the left high, right? If we get people on the right high, there'd be ODs left and right. I mean, it is legitimately what they are creating, so much copium. It's so funny to watch. I mean, look, here's the thing. This was us in 2016. Okay. We get it. Those of us on the left get it. And we're laughing because we know what it's like. We had to come to terms with the election. You know, you had to have that one woman out there on her knees on Inauguration Day screaming to the heavens. No. The immortal meme. And now we've got right-wingers that are like absolutely just beside themselves with seething rage because their boy lost. And the highest turnout election of all time. You know? So yeah, over 150 million people voted. We can't complain. Democracy works. Just didn't go for your team this time. Suck it up, Buttercup. Anyway. Let's see. What happened to the Hunter Biden controversy? Exactly. It's exactly what I said would happen. Garrick, it's exactly what I said would happen. It was nothing. It was a smokescreen. It was pointless. The only person that talked more about Hunter Biden's penis was most likely Steven Crowder. And that's with, well, I have my own theories behind that one. I joked about him having a monster hog because it was funny. Crowder talked about it because he liked it. My interpretation. I still think the man has his own. I think Crowder needs to finally come out of the closet. That's my take on that one. All right, let's see here. GG Allen says, put your money where your mouth is. Wait for Trump, wait for your cope once Trump wins. He didn't lose. This is insufferable. I don't know, GG Allen. That says to me right now that you're just, you're mainlining copium, baby. You're smacking that vein. You're making it pop, and you want to take that unclean shared needle and just inject it deep in your veins and fall back into a copium coma where you can just realize you can dream for 4 years that Trump has actually succeeded in getting a second term. And then you wake up and it's another Biden term, and we're on his second term, and it's crazy. Or Kamala, if I can say it correctly. There we go. Anyway. All right. I just find it funny. Here's the thing. Also, by the way, GG all in. There's a link to call in. You can call in. I want to hear. Garrick here asking if I've ever heard of Cassandra Fairbanks. Yes. Cassandra Fairbanks is absolutely fucking insane. She's fucking insane. I mean, really, absolutely. She's just nuts. Anyway, okay. Matt dreams of a second Biden term. No, I don't dream of a second Biden term. I'm saying it's like, that's what it's going to be. GG, you're clipping. Good, clip it. Hashtag KBLDR. Okay, that's the official hashtag. KLBD. There we go. Why don't you call on in? Why don't you call on in and explain to me? I want this too, by the way. Call in and explain to me how Trump is going to win. I want to hear this. Yeah, Cassandra used to be a Bernie supporter. She lost her mind when Bernie lost. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. All right. We've got, I'll drop the call in link one more time. We got some more people pouring on in. All right. First caller of the night, John. What's going on, man?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Another fucking day, buddy. Another fucking day.
Oh, yeah. Two things. One is when I saw Rudy's stuff dripping down his face, I thought of the movie The Fifth Element when Zorg was talking to Mr. Shadow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and he had it was probably chocolate syrup pouring down, but I was like, that's the first thing I thought of. I thought that was funny.
Now, here's my question. Do you think that Gary Oldman is going to play Rudy Giuliani in the eventual biopic?
I could see them doing that just for the decline and fall of Rudy Giuliani. That's what it would be a biopic and eventual failure.
That they're absolutely positively going to make 28,000 Trump biopics. It's going to be based on all life. There's going to be every time, because for one, they're going to have tons of books that are going to come out from Ivanka and Eric and Don. Don's going to write another book that's going to be ghostwritten by somebody from the perspective of being inside the war room, inside the Oval Office, knowing what Trump was up to, talking about the good things that he did. Because they're going to come out and they're going to run all this,
they're going to gaslight defense. And they're going to be gaslighting big time.
Oh yeah.
It's just that's a gimme. I still think he may wind up flying to Russia, but that's just another day. But
maybe I've heard some talk the other day. I don't know how true it is, but I heard some talk the other day about how the Trump Tower in Moscow deal is now being talked about again.
Yeah,
right? But I'll tell you the biggest story that came out about Russia recently that no one brought up, no one even talked about, was Putin's I'm stepping down.
Yeah, I was amazed. I thought he was going to die in office, but I guess he's setting himself up.
Well, he's extracted over $1 billion from the Russian people, right? He is set for life, 100%. He's set for life. His kids are set for life. Their illegitimate grandchildren are set for life.
Well, I was in Russia when Clinton visited. What's the name of that country? Belarus, and we flew in on a C-5. And we're moving all our stuff, right? All the equipment we needed for communication to Belarus. and we were hiring the local Russians there, and the Russia guy there. I asked. It was the first time I ever saw an actual forest. I mean, you're talking no, full of trees, snow, everything, and we're going down this highway, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Look at all this forest. And the bus driver looked at me and said, they're taking it all away from us. And I had no idea what he was talking about. And I said, oh, I didn't know. And I didn't say anything else. And it turned out that, Putin, the GRU, the KGB, and all the mafia that really ran, the Soviet Union, they took everything. There was somewhere I read that Putin's wealth was estimated at $200 billion.
I don't know. I've heard that he has like $1 billion. Like he's taken $1 billion that he has like liquid, is what I read. Now again, I could be wrong, but this dude has got money. Like this guy and his, and his oligarchs and everything. They fucked over the Russian. Never mind. Was it Alexei Navalny? Right? Like that guy, they've tried to kill him so many times now. He was like poisoned a few months ago, and he
killed a whole bunch of people. I mean, the people, when Russia fell and they all decentralized all the ownership of the property, they gave all the citizens stocks to like a chemical plant or stocks to this, and so all these, the GRU, the Secret Service, and the criminals organizations, they went up to people and put a gun at them and said, we'll give you 10 rubles, you give us all the stock or you die. And because in Russia, they're not allowed to have guns, So that's what they did. So, Putin's got probably, you say $1 billion, at least $1 billion.
Well, Putin, look at what happened with Putin when Gorbachev brought him in. Like Putin was KGB, and then he was brought in by Gorbachev to be prime minister because Gorbachev was president. And then was it Gorbachev or whoever the fuck it was? Someone fucked up bad.
It was Gorbachev. They had the Chernobyl incident.
Yeah.
And that really.
Well, then at the end of the 90s, though, whoever wasn't, it was like fucking forced out, right? And then you've got, but then he promoted. He basically did what people are thinking Trump is going to do now, which is he stepped down and he put Putin in his place in order for Putin to basically pardon him. And then people are thinking that right now that Trump is going to before January 20th, that he's gonna nope the fuck out. He's just gonna quit. He's gonna go home to Florida.
He's just resign.
He's just gonna resign, and then Pence will come on in and just go I anoint thee pardoned or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then just kind of ride out the last month of being the president, when you're just there literally packing up the doors.
Oh yeah. I mean, Trump said about losing. If I lose, I may have to leave. I may have to. Yeah,
he wasn't joking on that. He wasn't joking on that. That's the funny thing about it. His audience of people, the people, they were like, yeah, he says you might have to flee the country. Alpha Chad, and then you're just like, you're kind of Yeah,
the paradox is, if say Trump goes to Russia, right? Then he resigns out of Russia. And Russia has no extradition agreement with the U.S. He can stay there, and the federal courts,
so he can pull a Snowden
courts. Well, no. Well, the federal courts and state courts cannot seize his property or take him. They cannot seize it without going through the courts. And because of habeas corpus, because he's not in court. The federal government cannot seize his. The IRS can't seize his taxes.
I see what you're saying.
They can't take his money. They can't do nothing
so if he
physically in the court.
So if he runs, that's how he's going to protect it, right? That's how he's going to protect himself. That makes sense. Okay. I mean, I can actually, because at first I'm like, I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I think he's just going to he's going to hold out. I think he's going to hold out until was it early next month, only 10 days or whatever. Until the electors meet, because I know he's trying to look, at this point, he's only fighting for fucking Michigan. He's fighting for Michigan. He lost Georgia today. The hand recount gave it to him today. I'm like, you know what? I kind of just want to go, if it pacifies him, just fucking say he got Michigan. Okay. Just fucking say it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. He's still not going to win, you know, but like maybe just give it to him as a way to go, like make him go away. You know, like it's like a kid at a toy store, like having a tantrum. Mommy, buy me a Buzz Lightyear. Mommy, buy me a Buzz Light. No, Donnie, you know, you're 48 years old. You can't have a Buzz Light, you know, and then they give him a buzz and he finally shuts up and he goes away. Like that's the thing. They're going to have to give him something. That's how I see it.
I mean, but on the other hand, I think if he could get away with Trump TV and run again and make money that way, he would. So he's not doing nothing. He's not watching TV. He's figuring out, okay, do I bolt or can I stay? What can I get away with? Because frankly, there's enough people. I mean, he'll never get convicted in court. There's always going to be that one holdout, you know. All you have to convince is one man out of 12 not to convict, and he doesn't get convicted of any state crime.
But the thing is, though, all the states where he's going to be like charged for crimes are all going to be Democratic states. You know, so it's not going to be like, you know, like the Attorney General of Florida is going to like charge him with something that happened in New York. It's like the Attorney General of New York. Never mind the Southern District of New York is going to roll on in like a fucking wrecking ball. They're going to turn his life into a Miley Cyrus song. You know, we're like, as soon as he's out of office, dude, we're going to have his fucking taxes. Like as soon as he's out of office, we're going to have his taxes. Like, I mean, look, I know people out there support Trump. I get it, man. I get it. You know what? You know, charismatic people can bring crowds. 100% get that.
Hey, I mean, Hitler was popular. He was until the end.
I'm not a huge fan of like the Godwins Law, like, because I will say this though, like we are going to see a new Godwins Law come out of this. Right, like you know Godwin's Law, right?
No.
Godwin's Law is an internet term for like inevitably somebody will accuse you of being a Nazi, right? Or they'll make a comparison to Hitler. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's, you know, and now it's going to be like a MAGA hat, right? Or a red hat is what they're going to call it or whatever. Oh, you're just a red hat, or that's a red hat argument. Because like, I mean, no, really, if you think about it, like once he's gone, Trumpism isn't dead. It's going to last for a long time. But the crazy thing about Trumpism is that it is going to take a lot of deprogramming. And you know, I mean, the fact that people right now are going like, fuck Fox News sucks, Fox News is fake, Newsmax, OANN, they're the real, you know, OAN is like, we haven't called the election yet. You know that, right? Like OAN the other day was like, we haven't called the election. Like you fucking matter.
The electors, I mean, until December 14th or 15th is when the electors cast a vote for Trump. Is it really over? You know, and it's, I mean, the Michigan State GOP, they're going to the White House to, I guess, appease him, you know, but they could do a faithless elector, you know, to get him 20, but it's still not enough. You know, he has to flip, you know, the electors of Georgia, Pennsylvania, and, another state, and I don't think they're going to do that.
No, but I do agree.
He's not good enough.
Fowl here says Bush was a war criminal. If he walks free, no other president should get locked up. The thing is, though, the difference, though, what we're talking about here. Okay, what we're talking about here is Bush was a war criminal during his presidency. So he won't be held accountable for what happened during the presidency, just like Trump won't be held accountable for the coronavirus fuck ups. And the fact that he hasn't gone to a meeting, a task force meeting in 5 months. 5 months. The president hasn't gone to a coronavirus task force meeting while we've now crossed the 250,000 deaths, 180,000 new cases today. I know I saw Persipacity in the chat. He's going to be like, it's all fake news. But no, it's
I mean, it's going to get it's going to be worse for, well,
See, it's like for are you still going on about this?
It's like, you know, I mean, I went
well, okay, hold on here.
It's hitting like 300 to 400,000 deaths.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So the fourth 1,000 here says, Matt, you're being just as hyperbolic deprogramming. What I'm not talking about, I'm not NOT _ talking about sending Trump supporters to like a camp. A conversion therapy camp. Even I'm not saying that.
Yeah, there's no FEMA camps for Trump supporters.
Yeah, we're not going to have an internment camp. There's not going to be a fat camp. There's not going to be a concentration camp. There's nothing like that. What I'm talking about here, though, is moving away from the rampant ideology, and that's going to take time. That's going to take time to de-escalate things. That's what I'm talking about. That's the deprogramming. It's like we're in a world right now where you've got the lefties that are like, fuck the right, fuck Trump supporters. I'm not going to let them back in. You know, I'm not going to talk to them. It's going to be this massive division, and I don't agree with that. Right. I don't agree with that. I think that that's a big part of what led us down this path, is this constant us versus us mentality that was clearly a byproduct of not only the media, actually, well, basically the media, and also even like both sides politics, you know, pushed a lot of these agendas, made it this particular way. That's what I'm talking about. So,
yeah, I mean, but it's since I've said it before, since 1980, the thing that's been destroyed the most in America is a dictionary. People are walking around with different definitions of what it is, and they're arguing to the tilt of what this means and what that means. You know, it's just, you know, I mean, it really is. It's like the CNN started with that false equivalency of, you know, the right side and the left side. If one side's lying, the other side's telling the truth, you actually validated the lies, and it's been going on for a long time.
It's a big problem. It's a big problem.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we've I said perspicacity. I said it. He's gonna be like, no one's dying. I said it. I fucking said it. So yeah. No, those numbers are not conflated with regular. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Get out of here with that fake news bullshit. I'm just saying,
people believe anything they want, you know. So that's the hard truth.
Well, but, we're still arguing about religion in 2020. So there you go on that one.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, here's again. All I'm saying is, if we want this country to fucking heal, it is going to actually take a step from both sides to like have conversations. I mean, what did Germany do post fucking World War II? A lot of those people fled to, like, a lot of the bad ones fled to Argentina. I guarantee you, like, Steve Bannon ain't you know, he ain't going to go to Argentina. He'll go to another country and try a political coup over there that fails. But like Stephen Miller, George Papadopoulos, General Flynn, all these guys, Ivanka, Jared, Eric, Don Jr., Kimberly Guilfoyle, Kellyanne fucking where's Kayleigh McEnany going to go? You know, like, that's the thing I don't get. I'll let you go after this because we have more people that want to come on in.
Oh, no problem.
But the thing I don't get about Kayleigh McEnany is like, she just keeps doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. And it is like, I'm like, girl, you are 27 years old. You are 27 years old. Like, you are
so many people have ruined their careers by supporting Trump in the White House.
Oh, you know, and this is what I hate. And this is true. This is what I hate. And this is absolutely true, is that so many of these people that have been on TV, like Jason Miller, that fucking human looking thumb. and I look like I have no neck either, but like, my God, I at least have some form of facial definition. That guy literally looks like a big toe. But like, you've got him out there.
I thought he looked like a Men in Black, actually. I mean, you know.
No, Brian, I'm not saying, hold on. He says here, wait, is Mundane Matt actually comparing Trump admin to Nazi war criminals? No, I'm not saying that. But unfortunately, with the way that certain parts of the left are right now, they're going to want these people, they're going to look at them like that. I don't look at them like that, but they're going to look at them like that. And they're going to demand recompense. They're going to demand punishment. They're going to demand, you know, falling on the sword, kissing the ring. You know, they're going to demand all of these things. And I don't agree with that. That's what I'm trying to say, is like, this is where, like, if we don't find a way to put the kibosh on this shit and figure out a way to actually transition to the Biden administration, which is going to happen because he won the fucking election. Sorry, real news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
he won. It's just, I mean, I hope it holds up in court, you know, I don't mean to be the pessimist, you know, but, you know,
I have to give Neon Noir here credit. I do like this comment here. He says they're going to demand hair to sniff. That is funny. That is fun. That's well played. That is well played. So, I mean, no, I'm just saying, it's like, this is what they're going to argue. I don't agree with that. That's right. But it's like, there are people out there that even though Biden won, you still got Antifa coming out and doing these protests, right? So obviously that side of things is still very, very, very angry. And they've gotten this upper hand with the media. and stuff. And so what are they going to demand? Like, that's my thing. Like, I've said this before. I'll say this again. I'll say this to to the leftiest friend I fucking got. And I have friends, super lefty progressives, who live in Portland, and they agree with me. And I'm like, call the National Guard, shut the shit down. Put in a nightly curfew, shut the shit down. Do that stuff. If you want to make it end, that's how you do it. You call in the National Guard, you shut the city down at dusk, you reopen in the morning, arrest anyone on the streets, and that's how you do it. Now, granted, is that like the most freedom-loving way of stopping this problem? The answer to that is no.
No.
But,
but
it's a means to an end. And I understand that that's a slippery slope, but I have tons of family and friends in Portland, and and the people on the left are starting to think that way. And that is how bad it is.
I'm not old enough to remember the 1960s when it had all the civil rights stuff come up in the South and all that stuff. That went on for half a decade, where they had National Guard out in the cities, trying to control the violence and protests and the cop violence and all that stuff.
Yeah, I remember post 9/11 San Diego, they had the National Guard fucking everywhere. They had them everywhere just to protect like Coronado Bridge, because they're like, oh no, they're worried about like Al Qaeda coming in and blowing up the bridge.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
It's like if they blow up the bridge, you could there's a silver strand that connects Coronado to Imperial Beach, and guess what? That can be blown up too.
Yeah,
it's like it's so stupid. But I mean, I would drive out because I would hang out Coronado all the time, and I would just go out there and get really drunk. But I'd always see like National Guard Humvees and like dudes out there with their M16s and shit, and it's like, all right, well, you're protecting this bridge. Congrats.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube somewhere, or maybe it was the History Channel. But they did have a threat assessment, and they had people go out there to protect the Coronado Bridge for a while. But nothing happened, it just never materialized.
Yeah, it's weird, man. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. I got more people that are coming on in. We've been on for a while.
Have a good one.
I'll see you later, Ben. Oh, you guys are going to yell at me tonight. That's 100% certain. That's okay. All right, Mo, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing again?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're setting up all the people are going to be setting a lot of clips taking you out of context tonight. Aren't they?
Dude, I've been taken out of context so many times. It's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with violence. I don't think people should like be drugged through the streets and like, pelted with tomatoes for supporting Trump. I don't think that way, but I'm saying that it's getting crazy out there, and it feels like that could be something that people want, and like the left has got to shut that shit down. They
should, especially over here where I live. A lot of both sides are going crazy over there. Just one thing to I want to get in. Have you been paying attention to the Jeremy from the quartering?
No, I'm not a fan. So like I've met him and he's a piece of shit. So there's that.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he like people make fun of him all the time but he doesn't care. Like this is a guy that, like if he was a star of a Bukkake video, like he would gladly have like 30 Japanese men come in his beard simultaneously if he was able to monetize it for view. No, he would. He'd be like, it's not gay. My balls didn't touch. And he would like, you could load a fire hose of just Japanese semen, just fire him down, and he would still go, can I put this in a video? Can I find some way to tie this into Anita Sarkeesian? Done.
Oh my God.
That is the kind of grifter that Jeremy Hambly is, so but he pops up, people make fun of him all the time. I just don't ever really pay attention.
I'm the only person I've ever heard talking about the quartering, you and Tipster.
Well, see, fuck Tipster too. I have my own reasons to bitch about that fat fuck. I'm gonna say it.
I bet you do, because even he said that he doesn't know why you're mad at him.
No. That motherfucker knows exactly why I don't like him. That motherfucker knows exactly why I don't like him, because I have told him. Why I don't like him, and I'll quickly tell you. He made a video about me, which I'm not against people making videos about me or whatever. All right, a couple years ago, he made a video about me. He got a fact wrong. I DM'd him and I said, hey man, this was actually wrong. If you talk to this person who he knows, they will confirm what I'm saying. Okay. What he did is he clipped out the context of that DM of where he just had me say, hey man, you were wrong on this. And then he put that as the pinned, he tweeted it and then pinned that comment, that tweet to the top comment on the video, calling me out, like trying to make it out like I was trying to like damage control or some shit like that. Right. But he cut out the context of where he got the information wrong. And then I guess to his fucking stupid credit, he went over and he talked to that person and my story was corroborated, but he still never issued a correction or took down the video. And that's why I don't like that guy. He's as duplicitous as they come. All he cares about is the fucking clout. All he cares about is the clicks. All he cares about is the money. And every time he cries and he whines about being demonetized or deplatformed, I literally don't care. I don't care about Tipster. If I found out that he died in a ditch, was covered in petrol and lit on fire, I'd be like, okay, fuck that guy. Because this is the thing. I don't care if you want to be critical of me. I don't care. There's a lot that people can be critical of me on, but make sure you get it right. Make sure you get it right. And if I come to you and I'm like, look, dude, you fucked up on this one, everything else you're okay with, but like this is a key issue. And you fucking take me out of context on purpose in order to further get in with this group of fucking people that, you know, just so you can make a couple extra bucks off my fucking name. Fuck you. Die in a goddamn fire.
So this was after what went down a couple years ago with you and everybody else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could barely start. I just found out. Yeah, I mean, found Tipster like last year, and
fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I don't know. No, that's the thing, dude. I mean, look. Like he comes across like, oh guys, hi, I'm Tipster. You know, like no, fuck you. You know, you're a low rent comment. You got no fucking hot takes. Nothing of value comes out of that channel. It's literally just regurgitating whatever the fuck Tommy C talks about. That's about it. That's about it. Too. That's all it is. It's like literally Tommy C could like you probably at some point could just like fly to wherever the fuck Tipster lives and just cock slap him. And Tipster would go, I deserve that. May I have another? And then he'd make a video about how happy he is that Tommy C put his dick in his face. I don't like him. I don't like him. And and he knows I don't like him. I have been very vocal with other people who know that I don't like him, and I've used very other colorful language.
Am I rallying you up? Am I rallying you up by bringing this up?
I just don't like him.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't like a lot of people, but I have good reason to. And people don't like me, and they have good reason to. That's how it is. That's fine. All right. I'm not looking to be anyone's friend anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, I just don't care. Like, what are they going to do? You know, like, what are they going to do?
Just get about it. Do whatever you want to do.
So here's my, okay. So what about the quartering? What's going on with him?
Oh man, I am subscribed to the quartering and his multiple channels because, I haven't actually watched any of his videos lately, but every time they keep popping up, it's the whole election thing, and kind of he's going crazy with an election fraud and everything. I don't know if you noticed him going crazy on Twitter.
Everyone's gone crazy on Twitter over the election because a lot of people who have made their money in right-wing hug boxes for the last couple of years are now realizing that right-wing hug box is at its apex because it's coming to an end. It is. It's coming to an end. The Trump administration is coming to an end. So they're not going to, look at Tim Pool. Tim Pool is like the left. Now it's like, well, Biden is president-elect. And you can see his audience already turning on him. You can see the audience already starting to turn on him. And that's why a lot of these guys are doubling down because they don't want to lose the audience. And I'm telling you, and I know this for a fact, because that was me 4 years ago, right? That was me in 2017 when I started criticizing Trump, and all of a sudden I'm getting all this shit from people that I didn't realize had come to the channel because I was anti-Hillary. So I get it.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm kind of, it's just, never mind. Yeah, that would just say it because it's just kind of worrying me because like I used to just watch his content. Like I used to watch yours a lot, not as much as I used to. But it's just kind of worrying.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, man.
Yeah, You're like, like, wow, I gotta back off and rub my fingerprints off of this train wreck.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a lot of that. We're gonna see a lot of that coming. I mean, like it is a lot of people on the left, and I've talked about this before. They, the ones that were like anti-SJWs were critical of the left because they want the left to be better, right? And so then they got a large right-wing audience of people who just wanted to hate on the left. And when you find out that these people actually are on the left, like Shoe on Head Chris Ray Gun, their audience can't handle it. These people, they don't get it. They don't get it. Like, wait, no. How are you left wing? You criticize the left all the time. How are you left? How does this happen? And then their mind explodes like fucking scanners because they've never been able to process original thoughts of their own. They have to go to these uneducated commentators, and I'm putting myself in that category as well. I'm putting myself in that category as well. All right. Like, do you really think, and I'm being honest here, do you really think at any point in time I've had any leg to stand on while discussing anti-SJW content? Like, have I had an academic background to be able to pull from in order to be able to like accurately and properly discuss these issues? No. I have a degree from a film school. I went and worked in Los Angeles. My primary function in life is I talk about fucking movies. I'm a walking internet movie database. I am not educated enough or knowledgeable enough to have those conversations to where they matter, right? I'm not an expert in that field. I just found a way to make people angry. And then I profited off of making people angry. That is the reality of the situation. That's it. Think about it. Think about any internet controversy and then boil it down to the brass tacks of what it is. Is it really as big of a deal as people are making it out to be? Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, but many times no. And then what happens is these people come in and they go and they blow it up and they make it this big fucking show and this big fucking deal. And then you call them out and go, yeah, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And they go, no, but it's all entertainment. That's the key word there. They go, but it's entertainment. But you're lying to people.
Defense, huh?
Yeah. Like even Tucker Carlson, Tuck the Cuck, has had to go to court. And his lawyers have argued that no rational person would believe that Tucker Carlson is news. Right? They've had to make that claim. They've had to distance themselves from being truth tellers because that's the only way they're able to maintain the grift. That is the reality of this situation. Most punditry is just people with their heads up their asses, with no actual knowledge of how things are, but they talk about how it makes them feel. And that is where the situation has its roots, is it's all emotional based. It's what it is. It's just emotion. It's not based in logic or reality. It's a bunch of whiny little bitches that can't process why they feel the way that they feel. So they want to go find somebody who's able to tell them how they feel by repeating their own feelings back to them. And they validate it that way. That's what it boils down to. That's exactly what it boils down to. That is the grift. That is the YouTube grift. Sargon, Quartering, Medicare, Shoe on Head, Chris, all this shit. At the end of the day, we're not qualified to talk about these issues, but we talk about them, right? We talk about them,
Yeah,
you know? So it's like, like look at Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. He's like, I've been covering politics for 25 years. It's true. He's got experience covering politics. I don't know what he's got in regards to having a political degree. He probably does. Hassan Piker is the biggest fucker on Twitch right now in the political space. And I don't know if he's got any kind of political degree or poli-sci degree or whatever the fuck it might be, but he's grown up around this shit. So like, that's where he's pulling his info from. But a lot of it still is just like regurgitating facts that he read someplace else. And that's what the stuff really boils down to. It's just, like, that's the thing, man. Like I've become exceptionally cynical over this shit in the last couple of years because it's like, I don't like the fact that I was in on it. I don't like the fact that I did it. And I don't like the fact that it's as effective as it is because there's no way to beat back against that programming. There is none. There's none when there's a herd mentality, and the herd mentality happens on the right. The left cannot, under any circumstances, keep a cohesive message. But the right, fuck, they're great at that, dude. The best propagandists in the internet and the media right now are everybody on the right because they can hammer home one message. And people believe it and they buy it and they regurgitate it and they spit it and they put it out there. And that, of course, is what happens with this shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. God damn.
Anyway, I'm gonna move on. I got a lot more people that are coming on in, and I'm
Yeah,
sure I'm
sure,
gonna get
sure.
yelled at by a bunch of them, and that's fine.
No,
So
no problem.
I'm kind
I'll
of
be there.
riled up now. We'll
I'll
see
be
where it
there
goes.
in the background listening to them yelling. Yeah.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right,
No
we'll talk
problem.
to you later, man. Have a good one. So anonymous user here, Matt's college degree in film that never led to anything is why he was put on a crash course of being a YouTuber. Yeah, that's probably accurate, dude. That's probably accurate. I'm not gonna disagree. I'm gonna give you that one. I'll give you that one 100%. I went to LA to write movies and make movies, and I ended up becoming a YouTube commentator. It's my own failings from what I wanted to. And I like what I do. I like doing this, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm not the be all end all of knowledge or information, nor do I want to be. And if anyone comes to me for logic and reason, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm an idiot like everybody else. All right, let's go to Big Daddy Garrett. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's a fun night.
Can you guys hear me okay?
But yeah.
All right, cool. I want to thank you and Hondo for giving us that website to get all those sex toys.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Hondo was on it last night. He was
Yeah, I bought a couple nipple clamps and butt plugs.
Oh man, that's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, it is. And,
I did not buy any of those kind
Why
of toys.
not?
Because for one, I'm not into butt stuff, and two, just it ain't my kink. I will say though, those labia clamps were interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Have
was
you guys heard of a butt out?
No.
It's a little gadget, when you go deer hunting and you buy what's called a butt out, and you take the butt out of the deer before you cook it and eat it. And my family and I were at a hunting store, and we found one in the back. We thought it would be a fun joke to buy one. And the guy at the register looked at us, was like, "Oh, we didn't know we had it, but I'll sell it to you." So we got a good deal on it.
Oh, I'm looking it up right now. Oh, those are some not safe for work images. Holy shit.
Yeah, you don't want to post it up on here.
No, I thought about it. I'm like in the process of saving one. It's like a 3-step diagram. I'll just read it out to you guys. Step 1, insert the butt out, ! You have to love that. Into the anal cavity, twist until it grabs the membrane. Step 2, Jesus fucking Christ. Step 2, continue twisting another half turn, then steadily pull the butt out of the canal. Step 3, extract 10 inches of membrane, tie the membrane off, and cut. And there you go. You have successfully removed a deer's anus.
Yeah.
That is wow, man. I wonder if that's what those people did with that deer that they pulled off my property 2 weeks ago.
Well, you would have to.
I mean,
unless you want to eat a deer's butt.
Well, I mean, some people are into some shit, I mean, you never really know. It's like, I mean, if you're going to go as far as to kill a deer and then field dress it, and then, cut it up for food and stuff, you're going to have to, I just thought you would cut around it. I just thought you would cut around it. I never thought about that. Now I have so many questions for my stepdad, who was an avid hunter a long time ago. Be like, did you ever have to pull a deer's anus out? Was that your job?
There you go.
Or was that grandpa's job? Did he, because I have so many questions. That's disgusting.
Have you seen any horse dildos or unicorn dildos?
Yes, I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen those.
I've seen the
Bad
buying one
Dragon
as a
stuff.
joke, but
there's a guy named Phantom Organization who ended up buying some products from Bad Dragon.
That's what that website was called. I forgot.
Yeah, it's Bad Dragon. You can go and you can get you can get dragons and horses. There's a lot there, apparently. I haven't spent a lot of time on the website. It's not really my thing, but I know about it. It's that's the thing. When people always ask you how bad is the internet? And you go, well, I've seen some shit. And then it's they'll bring up some weird, disgusting thing. And you're like,
Right.
oh yeah, that's nothing. Wait, what do you mean that? When people always brought up 2 girls, 1 cup.
No, that's
the first time I saw that, I was literally eating carne asada nachos, and my friends were all dry heaving, And my other buddy in the room and I, who were frequent 4chan users, were just like, yeah, this is nothing. You know, like we've seen this shit, literally. But then it's like still like, and by the way, and I just want to make this as a point, that was one of the very first reaction video crazes on YouTube.
Yeah.
Was that real quick? Hondo here, $2 super chat. Here's the payment so I can remain a Janny Capo. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your patronage. Also, Lord Slug here. Thank you, Matt, for showing me where to buy cheap crack pipes.
Well, I'm not into the crack stuff, but if I ever get into crack,
Yeah.
I know where to go.
Well, I mean, you were talking about, you know, buying a deer butt out. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, but that was mainly a joke, and technically I wasn't the one that bought it. It was mainly my dad. But
okay. And your dad's like, you ask your dad, like, did you ever use it on mom?
No, they're divorced. They've been divorced.
So then he wanted to use it on your mom.
Probably. Maybe I'll go ask him.
I have to ask though, like, is that something that could give you a hysterectomy?
Maybe you should look it up.
Oh, that's disgusting. I just, you know, I don't know. Like that's terrible. That's disgusting.
Look up butt out on humans.
No. God, no, I kind of want to. But hold on. I'm going to add the exclamation point so Google knows what I'm referring to. And then, oh my God. Oh no, you type it in. Apparently, Julianne Hough gets the energy pulled out of her butt. Is one of the images here. She's an actress. And
okay. I don't know. Actress is too much.
Yeah, she's an actress, and she got like, you know, it's one of those things where this guy like literally pulled energy out of her ass. That's the thing. Exorcist energy treat. What? Hold on. Is there a video here? Okay. Let's see if there's a video. It's on. Let's see. How long is this? Okay. God damn it. I don't want to. How do you download Instagram videos, man? I
don't think you can.
No, you can.
Yeah, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, let's see here. It's easy to download Twitter videos, but Instagram is a motherfucker. Okay. Oh no, I totally can actually. I'll show you guys this. I'll show you guys this whole fucking thing. Let me see. All right. It's I don't even know how long it is. I don't even fucking really know, but it's, you know, this is a weird thing when it comes to like energy. Oh, it's a minute. Yeah, I'll download the video in MP4. It's one of those weird things where like, have you seen that? Where have you ever done like someone's like, I can control energy?
No, I haven't done that.
I've done that before. It was some weird shit. Like I was this is 2004 and I had like Achilles tendonitis and I was in a lot of pain. I was at work walking around and this guy was like, "Oh, I'm a spiritual healer." And I'm like, "Well, what the fuck does that, you know, what does that do?" And he's like, "I can control the energy in your body." I'm like, "I don't know, man." You know, like, I don't know about that. Well, no, that was the weirdest fucking thing. The guy's like, "I can do Tai Chi and I can pull the air out of your lungs." And I'm like, "All right." And he's like, "Hold this board." I'm like, "Okay." And, you know, and I'm sitting there, I'm holding the board, like one hand smoking a cigarette and the other. And he's all like, no, just like, yeah, put out your cigarette. I'm like, "All right." And so like, I'm holding the board and he does this thing and he does something. And like, I just felt like all the air come out of my lungs. It was really weird. I don't know what he did. But then this guy was weird. Because then this guy was all like, "You know, I'm also a physical healer, right?" And I'm like, "Well, what does that mean?" He's like, "Oh, I do a lot of physical therapy. You come to my house, we get in my hot tub, and I'm all like, no, I'm okay." You know. So Jarbo doesn't even Reiki. Like, is that what it is? Is this called? Is that what it is? Is it Reiki? I don't know. But this is the video. This is the video. I found it. Okay. So here, let's check this out.
Nervous system. And there's always a huge dissipation of energy and a feeling of relief, release, freedom. Expression of emotion may happen when the system moves, when energy that was stored or bound up in the muscles begins to dissipate. And if we're really free to express and allow energy that's been bound in our bodies to move through, this woman is like an incredible dancer, actress, just a human being, and she has practiced just allowing things to move through. But even with that, things get bound up. Most people wouldn't, in this, especially in Davos, in this environment, wouldn't make that sound. So you know what? They would have physical pain, tension building up in the body. So we've just made it easier for that energy to be liberated. And if you just suspend the story, suspend the conditioning, the body will start
Yeah. So there we go. Like, he pulled energy out of her ass.
Yeah, something that I would not do.
So I'm just saying, it's not. I don't know. Fox says here like that has to be fake. I don't know, dude. It sounded like she was having an orgasm.
Yeah, she was definitely having an orgasm. I hear a lot of stories about people in Asia being spiritual
So
healers, mainly in the Philippines. So
I mean, it's a thing people do.
Right.
Like I'm just like, all right, I haven't really experienced it past that. I mean, but then again, yesterday I went and did float therapy where I went to a sensory deprivation tank for 90 minutes, and I felt great coming out. So it's like, fuck it. Different strokes for different folks. If someone could come on in and they're just like, I can pull your negative energy out of your ass, but it's gonna like really come out of like your neck and your shoulders where you hold all your stress. I'm like, you know what? Maybe when am I gonna be here again? Like nothing's going in my ass. It's only coming out, right? Yeah. Let's give it a shot. See what happens.
Right. Maybe you should try it and report back to us then.
Yeah. Yvonne here says that energy is called a fart. That's pretty. That's
farts usually don't give me orgasms.
I mean, well, to be fair, like, I mean, if a fart could give you an orgasm, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, it would.
I'm just saying.
I would fart more often.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, that burrito, baby. It's gonna be a good night. This is my Viagra.
Yeah. Well, all right. I just wanted to thank you guys for all those butt plugs and stuff. So enjoy the rest of your show.
Thank you. All right. Well, I don't want to hear how they work, but well, I know how they work, but I don't want to hear your actual reviews. But
all right. Maybe I'll report back to you.
Oh God. You're like, guys, I used the butt plug today. Oh, all right, here we go. This is gonna be a real shitty story.
Yep. All right.
All right.
See ya.
All right, man. Have a good one and enjoy enjoy it. I never know what to say to that. That's good. That's good on Garrett on that one. All right. Persipacity, what's going on, buddy?
Hey there. You made me wait forever as usual.
Yeah, because there's other people in line, and I'm all about equality. If you want to get in faster, you could always pay the toll. I'm just saying.
All right.
Because I'm a capitalist at heart.
Well,
No,
you know how I feel about pay pigs. I mean,
well, you can't complain. You know the rules.
so
Someone's gonna clip that too and be like, he's serious. No.
So a lot has happened since I last talked to you.
Yes.
Apparently.
I got what?
I think you're getting sued, and Andy said he was going to sue you.
Fuck, I don't know.
He said it's his lawyer.
Yeah. Okay,
Are you
so
ready
there's
for that lawsuit.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, dude, I can't wait to crowdfund that lawsuit. Are you kidding me?
So let's talk about this. He says he's going to sue you because you said you gave out his number to Ralph, right? Or Dingo.
So yeah, so okay, so here's the backstory on this one. There's a guy by the name the lore is there's a guy by the name of Andy Signor. Andy was the co-creator or like co-founder of Screen Junkies. And like, Honest Trailers and things like that. And he got Me Too'd. He was like the second guy to get Me Too'd after Harvey Weinstein. Most people think it was like Kevin Spacey, but no, it was Andy Signor. And the truth of the matter is he didn't they called him a sexual predator and like, that's the shit. That never actually happened. Like he never actually, he had an affair on his wife. He cheated on his wife. And that's what came from this. And it destroyed his entire life. Like he was more or less laughed out of LA. He was, he ran back home to Tampa where his ex-wife went with their kids so he could be close to his kids. And I give him credit on that one.
Right.
And then from there, he's trying to like rebuild his career. So he's like, I'm going to go back to I'm going to go to YouTube because this is where I started. And then it's like, okay, so we became friends through a third party and we talked a little bit, not too much.
So you became friends after he was Me Too.
Yeah. I tend to this is the thing. When you get canceled, you meet a lot of other canceled people. I just want to be clear on that one. When you're canceled, you get lumped into that category. Like I have been contacted by many people who have been like Me Too to an extent that are like, oh, hey man, you know, and I'm all like, whoa, like, hold on here. Like, I flagged 13 videos, not a good thing. Shouldn't have done it. But I didn't.
What does that have to do with some whore trying to fuck you in a hotel?
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's not nothing. They're not connected. Like, I didn't, you know, but that's,
so.
But in this
Unless
particular
you have
world,
something to tell us. I don't know.
No, I've never fucked a whore in a hotel. I've never fucked a whore in a hotel.
Okay.
I would probably admit it if I did. It'd be funny. I'd have a funny story about it. You know, that's just how I operate.
Your girlfriend would appreciate that.
Well, it would have been like before my girlfriend.
Wow.
You know?
So it wouldn't have been like Andy then.
No, I wouldn't cheat on my girlfriend.
Okay.
No. We've been together. We have a month until we hit 12
years. That would make
years.
it a much more interesting story.
If Andy cheated with my girlfriend?
No, if you were cheating on your girlfriend with a whore at a hotel.
No.
That's what made Andy's story interesting.
Well, what made Andy's story interesting is like you look at him and you're just like, I can see it. You know, like, that's what made Andy's story interesting. Like people believed it because you look at him and you think here's like this fat bearded goober who cheated on his wife with a fan, and then she claimed sexual assault, like that he penetrated her with a dildo. Like he didn't do it, and I'm happy that he didn't do it. Right.
Well, so she was sending him nudes and stuff. Once it actually leaked, you know.
Yeah,
she was sending him nudes and like begging him for sex. So
yeah, that's the whole thing, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it was a consensual hookup. It ended badly, and it destroyed his entire existence. So now he's back, which is fine. The thing is, though, he is very much the perpetual victim, and so back in April, he like this guy on Twitter called him like a rapist or called him a predator or something. And it pissed him off, and understandably so, right? Understandably so, it pissed him off. And so what he did is he fired up a live stream, and he like had his audience he dug into this guy, and he found out like times where this guy had said like creepy things on Twitter to like Taylor Swift or some shit like that. And this guy had like 100 Twitter followers. We're talking in the whole idea of punching down. This is like 100,000 sub channel, 100 follower Twitter account. The guy's a nobody, but he pissed off Andy, and Andy wanted to go after him.
Is this the guy that got doxxed? Is this what you're talking about now?
Yeah. They found out who he was. They found like his Twitch account. They found his Twitter, all that shit. And then I got mad at Andy over. I said, dude, like, you run this hugging the cactus shit. And, like you're fucking sitting there like attacking this guy. I'm like, be better, dude. Like, what the fuck? And the thing is, though, you can never question Andy Signor on anything. You never can.
So because this was your falling out.
This was a falling out. So we
dox people. Okay.
Yes, like because I'm like, dude, you're fucking punching down on a dude that doesn't deserve it. Like, yeah, the guy's a piece of shit. Fuck him, call him out, be done with it. But like he told us, this is the thing. Andy told his audience to continue digging into this guy, and he's denied doing it. But no, he did. And then he said like, so that guy got freaked out, and they had a conversation, and then Andy, like talked to him and basically tried calling off the dogs. Like, okay, we've talked. He's admitted that he's at fault. Blah, blah, blah. And I said like, and then he says, I'm leaving this video up to serve as a reminder. And that really pissed me off. Cause I'm like, dude, you fucking made your point, but you're keeping this up to serve as a reminder. This is for your ego. This isn't for like you on some righteous crusade. This is for your little fucking e-peen. You want to get a little Viagra for your e-peen. You want to fucking feel better.
Right.
You want to own some guy for some fucking reason. Cause he called you a name. Jesus Christ, man. Like, whatever.
So
anyway,
I'm guessing at some point he got your personal number.
No, he already had my personal number. Okay. So because we had talked on the phone multiple times and like text multiple times and shit. So the thing was though, is at that point we got into this, argument. And the thing is, Andy loves the last word. Like he loves the last word. And I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, he's like, you're bullying me. He said this in our DMs. He's like, you're bullying me. And I said, all right, man. I said, okay, let's just disengage in the conversation. I've unfollowed you. I recommend you unfollow me, and let's just be done with it. That's where it was. About 20 minutes later, I go out to go do deliveries. Now this motherfucker.
Well, how long ago was this?
This is April. This is like April 3rd, I think. Or April. Yeah, this is like April. And then that motherfucker starts blowing up my cell phone like a jilted ex. He's blowing up my cell phone, and he's like all this nonsense back and forth. And he's all, he's trying to gaslight me over shit. And I'm like, dude, you're trying to gaslight me. This isn't going to work. I know what I saw. I know what you did. There's that. And eventually it got to the point I'm like, dude, you want the last word, take the last word, and let's be done with it. And the thing is, like, he's a very vindictive guy. So we've kind of gone back and forth, but like I actually messaged him, text him back, I want to say before Ralph called me, like 3 days before Ralph called me. And I was actually giving him credit for something I saw. And I was like, hey man, I just wanted to give credit. I was actually going to try to like squash the beef a little bit. That was my goal, but you know, he didn't work out that way. And we were bitching at each other back and forth. And I told him, I said, dude, the day you and I had our fallout, you ran to Ethan Ralph to go on his show. That's what I said. You ran to Ralph to go on his show to complain about me. This person who associates with white nationalists, who is a piece of shit.
On.
He does. No, fuck, dude, Mark Collette. Look at Mark Collette. He has a Mark Collette on a show at least once a month.
Doesn't care about any of that shit.
No, but he still does these things. But the thing is, Andy cares about his public image. That's what he cares about, which is why I said it like that. Andy cares about his public image. He has to be the victim. Right. So he can't be the victim when he's openly associated with people who openly associate with white nationalists. You see what I'm saying? Because he wants to get back in Hollywood. That's what he wants.
White nationalists.
What? Racist? Oh, dude, Mark Collette is an outright fucking Nazi on the show all the time. Like, no, fucking the Killstream audience is very fucking right wing, very authoritarian, very shitty. I think that's pretty.
Don't you think that Ethan Ralph is kind of like a joke, though?
Well, Ethan Ralph, yeah, okay. So it's kind of like Andy Worski and JF in that front, okay. So it's like they brought on all those white nats, right. And you know, people started saying that like Andy Worski is a white nat. I mean, I'd say kind of now he's more on that line than anything else, but back then the idea was, well, we're open to conversations and ideas, man. And this is the bullshit argument on their front, because when they started saying they're there for the ideas and the conversation, they had no problem platforming those people specifically to get their audience, specifically to push alt-right figureheads as a way of making money off of them. It's the same concept. Ralph doesn't actually believe the shit that his guests say. He doesn't believe the shit that his audience believes in. He just plays it up in order to make that fucking money.
Right, to grift money.
Yeah. But that's why I said he associates with white nationalists.
Whatever happened to being able to platform a Nazi? I mean,
well, that's your choice. That's your choice to do it. I can criticize your choice to do it. You know. And that's the whole point.
I remember when that was a thing. You know, you used to have these people on, and it was funny.
Well, that was also the 90s. We were in a different time. Yeah, we were in a different time back then.
Why
when they go on Jared Springer. But dude, you're getting off point. You're getting off point here. All right. So we can argue the ethics over platforming Nazis at a later date. But in this regard,
I mean, obviously you already know I obviously hate Ethan Ralph, but that's besides the point. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, I know you hate Ethan Ralph. I hate him too. You know, he was at the I saw a picture today of him at the rally last week and not wearing a mask, and I'm all like, okay.
Oh, you in the masks.
I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. They say
he'll get a mild cold, man. It'll be all right.
Whatever. He's clearly morbidly obese. Okay.
Even like, Ralph, he's like winded. He could barely walk.
Yeah, I heard that clip.
He'll still just get a mild cold.
Well, you know, maybe it will take away his voice for like a month, and we'll all be a little happier. So anyway, that's what I said to Andy. I'm like, you went on Ralph's show and you complained about me, and then I'm like that, he's a piece of shit. And the thing is Ralph has gone after Andy for being on my side. This is the whole thing. It doesn't matter where there are no fucking loyalties. Okay. There's not. Like, Andy has been on my show where Ralph like came on in and Ralph's audience rated the stream and all that shit and all that nonsense. And Andy knows about it. I was on Andy's show and everything when like Dame Pesos and all those guys rated that shit. And Andy was up there like defending me, right, against them and like attacking them, and he's making lots of money in super chats and whatnot, you know. So it's like he's made money off of that crap. So he knows the kind of audience. So it's very telling that he ran to that audience to complain about me, because the reason why was because I had put out a vague tweet that said like, it always sucks when a person who's been the subject of abuse becomes the abuser themselves. And it was a vague tweet, and it was aimed.
Why Andy wants to see you?
No, this is what started the fight.
Phone number. Okay.
That's why I think, because I mentioned how much Ralph pisses me off in our text message conversation. 3 nights later, Ralph magically calls me out of the blue. Keep in mind that when I had my fallout 2 years ago, my number, my home address was leaked out, and my number was then harassed heavily by a number of people for a number of days until I changed it. And once I changed it, I stopped using it in association with services. If I have to do a 2-factor, I use a Google Voice account as a way to keep a bit of a firewall between my personal cell phone number, so then people can't get a hold of it again. But I've only given it to a handful of people connected to the internet. Andy Signore is one of those people. So
Who else could it be?
It could be one of it would, in that circle, it would have been probably I don't want to say would have, but it could have been like my old friend Lewis, the guy who connected Andy and I together. Other than that, no one had my number.
Interesting.
So I never gave it out to anybody. People would DM me on Twitter or whatever, but I would never give it out. So again, only a handful of people had it. Now, if you've heard the argument that that Ralph has made and that Dingo is backing up, is that I had what is it? They found my number in some British nationalist dark web dossier, right? Like, and Dingo has called into this program, and those are the words he used. And I said, well, then why don't you show me the proof of it? Show me the proof. I want to see the proof. And he's like, well, he made up some shit. I was like, no, just fucking look. He's like, well, I don't want to dox anybody else. Like, fine, blur out their fucking information. Send me the document. Let me see this document.
Anyway, I mean, it's Ralph and
well, yeah, no, but the whole point though is that their argument was that they found it through some Britnets who had compiled it, a dark web dossier on YouTubers that had like Sargon's number and a few other people's number. That was
obviously you're related to Sargon.
Yeah, but I haven't spoken to Sargon since 2018. You know? So there's all that shit. So it's like, look, their story doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I'm like, fine, I'll believe it if you provide me with proof. Okay. No proof. Dingo has called me repeatedly on my personal cell phone. I have asked for proof. He still won't provide it. He's come on here. I've asked for proof. He still won't provide it. So the thing is, if it's true, then provide the evidence and I'll retract my claim. But in the meantime, it's pretty fucking suspicious. It's pretty fucking sus. The timing here, that's what he's mad at. Now, I'll tell you what but I'll tell you what he's fucking ignoring. What he's ignoring is the fact that last week, somebody impersonated my $3 Theater account, right? Went into his live stream, and I'm already banned from talking in there, by the way. He's already banned the account, so I can't talk in there.
Yes.
Okay, so someone impersonated me, and it triggered him. And it fucking triggered him to the point of where he goes, do we need to dig up dirt on him like we did Max the Mandalorian, which is a friend of mine? Okay. And that's the whole thing, to get him to go away.
Wow, I didn't realize the lore was so deep.
The lore is fucking deep, dude. So Andy Signore is threatening to dig up dirt on me in order to extort me, to make me go away from talking about him. But he doesn't mention that. He doesn't mention that in his, I'm a victim fucking shit. I'm going to sue him over saying that I doxed him. That's what he says. That's what he's saying.
Well, that'd be a great lawsuit.
It would be, you have to prove, if you're going to go after a defamation lawsuit, you're going to, it costs about $6,000 a month to do a defamation lawsuit. He doesn't make that much money. So, it's all a thing.
And what's the defamation? Exactly.
The defamation is that I accused him of doxing me. And he put out tweets supposedly showing that it never happened.
No, it's just a number, right?
It's just giving my number to somebody else, right? And like that's the and that's the thing. So he's saying that he's equating that to doxing. He's saying all that shit, and so that's the whole, that's the argument that he's making. But he ignores that he is a content creator with over 100,000 subscribers, was making a claim about digging up dirt on another YouTuber, even me, and trying to extort silence from criticism. Mm-hmm. You're telling, this is the thing, and he's done it before, and I showcased that in my video that he had done it before. So this is a fucking pattern with these limp dick chuckle fucks. This is a pattern. And yet, for some, and I give credit to Nick DiOrio for calling it out. I thought it was funny how he did it. But it was like, still, it's like Tipster talked about it. I know that much. But this is like, again, because it's not a commentary YouTuber, and because it's a fucking movie YouTuber, and because of who the target is, The people just aren't going to give a shit. But it doesn't matter. If you care about this platform, like these motherfuckers claim to care about this platform, they always go, oh, I have to protect YouTube by calling out the shitty fucking people. I'm going to make 18 goddamn fucking videos on Mundane Matt because he fucked up. But this guy's literally threatening to dox people and not worth my fucking time. Because it's all about fucking connections and who they fucking know. That's what it boils down to. That's all it boils down to. So if he wants to fucking beat his chest and make those claims, I'm laughing at him. Because it's like,
you were so riled up about this. I had no idea.
Because this shit's ridiculous, man.
I saw it all on Twitter about.
Yeah, no, this shit's fucking ridiculous.
To sue you.
So, you know, all I'm saying is like, I'm just saying it's you know, yeah. Because
Ralph going, you should sue him.
It's someone here is Ethan. Hold on.
Ethan Ralph wants to sue you. Apparently,
Ethan wants to sue me.
Yeah, well, that was his whole thing. He was tweeting Andy that he should definitely sue you. And
oh yeah,
because get to.
Yeah, let's see. Hondo here, $5 super chat says if he sues you, then you gain subpoena powers. You get your lawyer to subpoena his phone records and emails from when Ruff got your number. You'll bust him. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think.
Yeah, but there's no loss. There's no lawsuit.
No, there's no lawsuit.
There's no damages.
No, that's the thing. You have to prove damages for defamation. Yeah. What I know. What are the damages? The video's been seen by 2,000 people. You know, that hasn't had any actual effect on his income or his channel standing or anything else. You know, and even let's say some, you know, going down the path of like, if someone reported that to YouTube, which I haven't done, by the way, and I don't give a fuck enough to do it, is, you know, and if that got rid of him, then it's like, you know, still, that'd be a platform decision and whatever. But it's all bullshit. It's all posturing. It's all nonsense. It's a whiny crybaby. And I'll tell you this, dude, I have been emailed by people who know him personally in real life. 2 people in real life right now that I know specifically have been around him publicly have emailed me and shown me correspondence with how he acts behind the scenes when he is mad at them. And it's the same kind of bully tactics he was using on me. It's the same kind of gaslighting and attacks as what he does. And I can only ask myself if this is how he is over light criticism, because it's light shit. And he's threatening to sue, you know, and I've been threatened to be sued by other people too for light criticism, which is really fucking funny. And these are like pro free speech people, by the way. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, I'm like really curious, like how bad were things with his wife? Like how bad were things if this is the way that he fucking acts? You know, and like, I'm not going to go down that path or elaborate further on that, but it's what I think about, because this shows you the kind of person that he is. You know, this shows you the kind of person that he is. Like, am I a perfect person? No, I fuck up all the time. I have shitty opinions and I'm a loudmouth. There's that, you know, but it's like to sit there and get so butthurt that you give someone's number to a person who vehemently hates them and has attempted to make their life a living hell in order for them to illegally wiretap you and harass you is fucking petty bullshit. Just own up to the fact that you fucking did it. At least that would be the only thing he's ever been that's ever been fucking a man. Other than that, it's just whine. I'm a victim all the time. That's what he does. And now I'm riled the fuck up. It's been a riley fucking evening.
Yeah, I could tell you're quite mad at Andy Signaler. Who knew?
No, because I lost a good friend in the process of that bullshit. So I had a friend end up choosing Andy's side. And the reasoning is stupid. It's superficial as fuck, but whatever, man. Anyway, I've got about maybe 20 minutes left before I wrap this motherfucker up. I got Mandalorian.
You totally went on a tangent and I lost my thought on why.
Yeah, you probably wanted to call in to bitch at me about the whole mask and fucking COVID thing, which I figured you were going to.
COVID is not really all that real.
Oh my God.
It's not all that real. There's 50,000 people diagnosed a day with COVID. None of them are dying. Hospitals.
Where is your information coming from? That is the first question that I have.
None of them are dying.
Where is your information coming from?
Dying.
It's a very simple question.
Do you know one person who died from COVID? How many people do you know that had COVID who didn't suffer from anything?
A lot of people. See, most of the people that I know live on the West Coast in states that have taken this shit seriously. So not that many. The friend of mine who died chose to go to Arizona to a party with 18 other people, and he did not.
I remember your story.
Yes. So that's why he went to a place where they didn't take it seriously, and then he realized that someone there had it, and it was too
What
late.
did he actually die of, though?
He had kidney issues, like his I don't know
He
I
went
don't
into
know.
Kidney failure is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Complications
It was
of COVID?
complicated. Yeah, so because the thing with COVID is
Doesn't
it
make any sense, really.
well, COVID acts as more of like an aggravator of pre-existing conditions.
Only cardiovascular. I mean, unless he had really serious, unless he was.
This was serious. No, this was some serious shit. Like this is what got him booted out of the Navy. He was on a lot of drugs for it. Again, I don't have I can go talk to his son and ask for the specifics.
So it wasn't diabetes. It was something.
No, it wasn't diabetes. No, it was something legitimate. Like his kidneys just weren't like working properly.
So
and he was on
renal failure. So he was on dialysis.
I don't know if he was on dialysis or not. I hadn't talked to him in like a little bit because I hadn't been down in San Diego since 2019. So I can get more of that information to find out more. But that's what they told me. The friends of mine that we, our mutual friends and shit. That's what they told me. So the idea there though is like, look, if this is still killing people. You cannot claim that people are not dying. You cannot make that claim.
Well, I'm not saying people aren't dying. I'm saying
You said 50,000 people getting it a day. No one's dying. Those are your exact words.
yeah, most of that. Maybe one person might have severe symptoms out of those 50,000.
Where are you getting this 50,000 number? I want to look it up. I want to see your evidence.
Today is 50,000 people got diagnosed with COVID.
Today was 180,000 people.
The worldwide. I'm just talking about in the United States.
Hold on. Okay, fine. United States COVID cases today. All right. According to the New York Times, today 172,391.
Huh.
Yesterday,
The
November
CDC
13th.
says in the last 7 days there were 49.7.
COVID data tracker. I'm looking up here. Okay, so it says cases in the last 7 days
That's
per
50,000.
100,000. Per 100,000. So let's see here.
49.7.
Last 7 days. All right, cases count.
Uh,
Okay, the count in the last 7 days was 1,151,470 in the last 7 days, with a grand total in the last 7 days of 249,670 deaths. This is coming in from the CDC itself.
Okay, so there's even more than I thought. So I don't see where you're coming from as far as maybe even on the official statistics, you got about 2% of people are going to have severe symptoms.
See here, I brought up the image on screen right here. This is what the CDC is saying right now.
Yes, I see it.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. New deaths they have 1,800 new deaths out of 250,000. So what's the statistics on that?
I don't know. All I know is people are dying. People are getting sick. People are dying. That's my concern. I don't care about the daily numbers. Don't mean shit to me.
So that's 0.0072%.
Okay.
Not even one. It's not even 1% of those people are getting severe symptoms. And that's people that were diagnosed. So that's people who were symptomatic to begin with. Remember?
Well, yeah, there are people there that are asymptomatic. Yeah. And like I saw, Gator had said today, I saw a tweet, someone shared around that he said that he got tested, but was negative, but still had the antibody. So he caught it a few months ago or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean,
I know a lot of people who've gotten it and they have no idea that they.
Yeah, no, and that's entirely a thing. I don't know, man. I don't have the data on that shit. All I know is this is what they're saying right now.
I mean, if you get tested for COVID and you're positive and you somehow die of something, you die of COVID, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with anything for cause of death. Like, I'm sorry.
No, I've heard that.
I'm not even sure what your friend died of.
But see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Is you were telling? Well, no, you were. Again, I'm like, I need to see the data on that one. Like, you
need to see the data on it. Well, you're not going to see the data on it. You're not going to see the data on it for years because they don't want to.
So what you're saying right now is that that it's not an issue. No one's really dying. It's just a mild flu.
Well, even George Floyd, they tried to say he died from complications of COVID.
Did they?
Yeah. He tested positive for COVID, so they said He had a cardiovascular. He had he had some kind of cardiovascular episode.
Okay, let's see here. All right. The full autopsy did say that he was positive for COVID.
Yeah, of course he died from, asphyxiation. But,
yeah, no, you want to. I know you want to say the F word on that one. I could tell. Are you a fentanyl truther on that one?
No, I'm not a fentanyl. No, I think he was asphyxiated. I can barely say that word. I think he is definitely killed by the police.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to argue that George Floyd died from having fentanyl in the system. And I mean, it says he had fentanyl.
The state tried to argue he died of COVID. So, I mean,
Well, hold on.
The state will say anybody died of COVID. I mean, if you test positive for COVID, you died of COVID. Even if you didn't die, if you died from flu-like symptoms, they'll say you died from COVID. It doesn't matter to them.
Hold on.
And they were doing that a lot in March, April, May. That was very common.
Okay, hold on here. I'm trying to see. I will no, because I would love to find. I would love to find that information. Let's see here. Okay, so there is an investigation on KGW.com that asks the question: are dying with COVID and dying from COVID the same thing? In Oregon, apparently that they said that they are. So
of course they are.
Let's see.
Every state, it all has to go back to being reimbursed by the federal government, being reimbursed by the state government. Everybody's going to claim that every death is COVID. They get a huge bonus of money every death from COVID. So everybody, and the nursing homes, everybody died of COVID. Meanwhile, all these people are in fucking hospice. They're 109 years old. They don't even know where they are. And they died from COVID, or did they die because they're old?
Well, my grandfather just recently died, and that was a bladder tumor. So that was definitely not COVID.
Who knows? They could have said he died from COVID.
They might have. Who knows?
You never know.
I don't know. I thought I would have heard about that.
They could have said probable cause. Everybody has one person had COVID in the nursing home. He died from a bladder tumor, but they should probably just put he died from COVID. They got a really nice check for that. And they got to lay off workers as they got the check.
Well, let's see here. We'll have to wait and see. I love this in the chat. Some people are agreeing with you. People aren't agreeing with you.
Everybody agrees with me. Come on.
No, they don't. All right, man. Well, hey, listen. I got a few minutes left and 2 people to get to, so I'm gonna let you go because it's been a fun conversation. But seriously, I
didn't mean to. I should have stopped you on the Andy signal shit.
No. It's okay. It's okay. But if people want to know about it, that's the truth of the situation. And I've got text messages to back it up, and I've showed them before. The thing is, Andy's a piece of shit. He's a liar.
You're currently getting sued.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And Ethan Ralph is going to sue you too.
What's he gonna? Because I said he had a micro penis. We've seen it. All right. Little tiny baby dick. It's my opinion.
Disgusting.
Compared to Hunter Biden, Ethan Ralph has a tiny penis.
Did we have pictures of Hunter Biden's penises? I never heard about that.
Yeah. They were all over 4chan a few weeks ago. We talked about it actually quite a bit because it was like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a thing. Anyway, yeah, no, I like, fuck those people, man. Like, what are they gonna do? I mean, like, they're idiots. I don't give a shit. They won't even fucking talk to me. They're gonna sue me, but they won't even have a fucking conversation with me. They won't go toe to toe with me. They won't call in. What does that tell you right there? Oh, I'm such a fucking weak individual. They won't call in. So,
well, hopefully they will.
Hopefully, yeah, totally. They could call my fucking cell phone. They both have the number. So there.
That'd be kind.
All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later. All right. Have a good one. Thanks for coming on in. All right. We got a few minutes left. 2 more callers. What's going on, Lunar? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good. Haven't called in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, but it's all good.
Yeah, it was funny when he was talking earlier when he showed that lady getting pulled the negative energy out. when she yelled, I was playing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, right? You heard of that game?
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a good game.
So remember the intro? I was playing the beginning of it, and you know the intro where Raziel gets thrown into the abyss.
It's been like 20 years since I played it, but I kind of remember that a little bit. Yeah.
Well, what's the funny thing was the lady screamed at the same time he was screaming while he was being thrown into the abyss. So I thought that was kind of funny.
you're just like, man, this is some really good 3D audio in this remaster. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, anyways, but anyways, something I noticed is that they're really, I know I mentioned this a few weeks ago, or shit, probably a month ago, about the alternative treatments to a vaccine.
I don't recall, but you probably did.
Budesonide.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
Well, anyways, for people who don't know, budesonide is a inhalant steroid that you use with a nebulizer for things like sinus, I think.
Okay.
Well, anyways, they've done some tests, and it's basically shown that it's gets the symptoms pretty much non-existent, like in about a week or so. They've done a test on this with in places like West Texas and a few other areas. But so it's my biggest problem anyway is that they're gonna try to block treatments like this in favor of a experimental vaccine. That's my biggest issue with the vaccine, is that they're gonna try to block these alternative treatments.
Well, didn't they, if I recall correctly, didn't they, like, and by they, I mean like the government, didn't the Trump administration like purchase the rights to something?
Is it a some sort of drug? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, there's like a I forget what I like. It was like the I can't ever pronounce it.
Regeneron?
Not Regeneron. It was hold on, Trump administration. Not accomplishments. Wow, that's like the top autofill thing. Like Jesus, that should be under fake news. Let's see. Yeah. Purchases COVID vaccine. This is why I need to have like a Joe Rogan type situation where I have an assistant like Jamie, bring that up. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. According to Axios.com, the Trump administration purchased 100 million doses of Moderna's vaccine. That the U.S. government has agreed to buy 100 million doses of Moderna's experimental coronavirus vaccine for $1.5 billion or $15 a dose. That was back in August. Although I'm hearing Pfizer now, and then there's another company, pharmaceutical company, that currently is working on something for treatment. That's what I've been hearing. Oh,
okay. So, anyways, in entertainment news, would you recommend the Mandalorian season 2?
Yes. That's why I have 10 minutes until the episode airs, and I will end the show before then so I can piss and get back to watch it.
Okay.
It's my Thursday night jam. It was fucking Mando, man. It's fucking Mandalorian. Like, did you see last week's episode?
Tell you the truth, I only completed season 1. I just been busy with my EMT work. But.
Well, it's good. Have you seen the Clone Wars?
I have.
Then you will like episode 3.
Oh, well,
a lot.
Well, I gotta check it out, Matt.
Have you read any of the books? Like the Aftermath books?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Legends, but no, I haven't read that.
No, not Legends. No, Disney's not going to fuck around with Legends, dude. They killed that shit for a reason. They want a whole new canon. But no, there's even references to a character in the Aftermath trilogy who pops up in each of the 3 books, who plays a pretty significant role in episode 1 of the season. And then that's all I'm going to say about it, because it's fucking legit. It's like fucking legit how good of an episode that is. It is. It puts Game of Thrones to shame, in my opinion.
Wow, that's quite a... Well, then again, there are things better than Game of Thrones. Like,
Well, what I mean by
there-
that is by CG.
oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's a shot in the episode where it actually goes full frame. Like when the action sequence kicks off, it goes because it's letterboxed, right? And then so they have a letterbox, but then when this thing happens, it opens up the image and it goes full frame. Like the kind of shit you would see shot in IMAX. Like it felt like it was shot in IMAX, but I was watching it on TV. Like if they put this episode in like theaters, if they're like, we're gonna put the chapter fucking 9, the Marshal of the Mandalorian, in IMAX, I'd be like, dude, I will be there. I will be wearing Depends because we'll probably not stop coming. It's that good of an episode. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the highest honor I can give it.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna head out. I'll let you watch the.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to this episode. I really love Mandalorian. Like I was watching the Star Wars Holiday Special, the new one, the Lego one that they did, the other day, and there's a Mando cameo in it, and like I didn't know that it was happening. I didn't know that it was going to be in it, and I let out this audible guffaw, right? And like I was like, that's awesome. And then tonight, like over dinner, we watched it again because my daughter really likes it. And then like again, the Mando scene happened, and I'm like, you guys should spend more time in the Mandalorian world. I'm completely in love with the Mandalorian world. Like my girlfriend even went to Costco, and they have these squishmallows, these like really like fluffy pillows that are really comfortable. And usually they're like like pigs or turtles or fish or whatever. They had a Baby Yoda for $20.
Oh, that's cute.
And Chewbacca. We bought 2 Baby Yodas and a Chewbacca. So I've got Baby Yoda Squishmallow. That's like literally bigger than my 3-year-old child, and it's on my bed. So that's in this household we are a Baby Yoda household. So,
well, I guess my older sister recently had a daughter, so I guess I gotta get her one of those next time I visit.
Yeah, I would get it now because they sell for $90 on Amazon. And they're $20 at Costco.
I'll be the best uncle of the year.
There you go, man. That's how we roll here on Boulder Talk, helping you become the best uncle ever.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna head out because it's getting pretty late over.
Yeah, I got a few minutes myself. So, all right, man. Thank you very much, and we'll talk again soon. All right.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good one. Thank you very much. All right. So the last person of the night, you've been waiting a while. Beautiful India.
Hello, Mr. Turbo. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you today.
Uh-huh. Hi.
Hello. Yes, I was wondering if you knew anything about Bollywood.
No. Tell me about Bollywood.
Okay, well, you fat man.
Oh, God, I knew it was you. So easy. Why do you do that? That's the stupidest thing. That was like the stupidest thing. Is this what your life has become? Dingo? Is this what your life has boiled down to? You come spend an hour in the back room of my show, posting LARPing. You came in at 11:01 p.m. saying hello from New Delhi, India. Is there a chance to speak to Mr. Jarbo today? I have to be at work in 15 minutes. If possible, I'd like to ask him a question before I have to go in, please. And then that was at 11:02, but you waited until 11:54 p.m., 52 minutes for that 5 seconds. My God, man, just call in and quit being a bitch. Anyway, reminder that Dingo isn't even white. Yeah, he's Italian. That's right. He's Italian, I believe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Boulder Talk Radio. Trasky finally some IBS. Well, hey, man, fuck, call in on that shit. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to go. I'm going to end this thing. I'm going to go and watch The Mandalorian and enjoy the rest of my evening. I should be on probably tomorrow night, maybe a little bit later because I'll be out doing deliveries later on Fridays. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. This was a lot of fun. And if you want, fucking give the video a like. I think we've got more dislikes than likes right now. You peasants, you terrible bastards. No, okay, anyway. I'll see you guys. Have a good one.